Hi, this is Val Vandervoort of Veritas Homes. It's always kind of funny when I do this process of starting it out from Zoom to Facebook. Today, I've got Anna Bellomo of District Homes with me. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Val. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick little thing here where, well, actually, before we even do that, have you ever seen this video, Anna?
No.
This is one of my favorite videos.
Friday then, then Saturday, Sunday, what? Then Friday then, then Saturday, Sunday, what? Then Friday then, then
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Oh,
Not awesome. Okay, I had to share that. Although real estate agents don't really get that Friday vibe going on, do
I
they?
was just gonna say, it's like, oh, but Saturday morning I have showings or I have
Right.
meetings but
Yeah.
it's okay. It's still Friday.
Yeah, I know, right? It is funny how that's still the way. Okay, so the other thing I was gonna do was show, let's see here. So this is where you are located.
Yes.
So you're on Solano Avenue.
Yes. Solano Avenue is a very nice street. It goes up from Berkeley all the way down to Albany.
Okay.
It's a really nice walkable area, lots of stores, restaurants. Now there's a lot of outdoor dining happening.
Yeah.
And our street is great. We're next to a cute store called Therapy, and then another store called Feel Good, which is they refill your containers so you don't have to use plastic.
Oh,
So they've been
wow.
great neighbors. They've been great neighbors. We unfortunately don't get to hang out much these days, but we love what they do and we really support them. So it's been fun. We moved into the new office in March, 2 weeks before the pandemic hit. So we haven't really used it as much as we wanted to, but
Yeah.
it's coming.
Well, when things open back up, I'll come visit. Do you guys have any portions of the street that are like closed off to auto traffic?
No, but what they've done is they've done the parklets. So they've just taken,
Okay.
like 2 or 3 parking spots and created like outdoor dining. And I think those are there to stay
Oh, wow.
for a
Yeah,
bit.
that's cool. We
So
kind
it'd
of
be
have,
fun. It'd be fun when you come and visit.
yeah, I know. I look forward to being able to do that soon. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, starting with what communities you serve and your company.
Okay, so I started District Homes in July of 2018
Okay.
with Side. We started with 3 people at a WeWork. Then we moved into another office when we had 5 people, and now there's 14 of us, and we are in this new office on Solano Avenue. I started in real estate myself that's a long time ago, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I moved around a little bit, mostly small brokerages, and then I went on my own, as you know, because we talked about it before I moved,
That's right.
and you helped me. So we served now. We have a couple of new people that are very active in El Cerrito and Richmond. So I would say anywhere between Richmond, San Pablo, El Sobrante area, all the way to San Leandro, south of Oakland.
Okay, cool. And what's the flavor of your market right now?
If I had, good question. It's pretty frantic. I think what we're seeing is, even though there is more inventory at this time of the year than there was last year, I just, looked primarily at Berkeley. Berkeley is easy because it's a small town, so we could check the data, and there's a lot more inventory, but houses are taking less time to sell, some just in a week.
Yep.
And while it's too early to have some actual hard data because only 5 listings have closed since January,
Yeah,
the
okay.
pending ones are going pending so quickly, and not just with multiple offers, which we're used to seeing all across the board on most of our markets, but 20 offers, 25,
Wow.
30 offers.
Wow.
So needless to say, buyers agents are a little bit, frustrated. And I think it's going to be hard to get all those buyers not to be frustrated because
Yeah.
literally I had one agent telling me, I showed my client what $1.2 million could buy, and my client started to cry.
Oh,
It's because they're almost, and we can talk more about the forecast, but I always feel like January is always very busy because of
yeah,
the pent up demand. So I'm
yeah.
hopeful that things will calm down a little, because 20 offers is 15 too many.
Crazy. Yeah, right. I have to
Yeah,
show you this picture.
show me.
Can you see it on the share screen?
Oh my god, yes, yes, yes.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
The realtor
I
friend sent
I'm
that to me
lucky
today.
because I do very few buyers, because I do mostly listing side. So I do feel like
Yeah.
I'm the first one, but it is hard.
Uh,
It's being really hard with a
yeah.
lack of open houses and broker stores, and
Yeah.
that's a great one. You should send me that.
I
I'm gonna
will.
share it with my
I
people.
will, right? Send it out to people. I was doing that this morning before we hopped on. I was noticing for our San Carlos stats that we have 12 homes that are active on the MLS right now, but we have
Mhm.
28 that are pending. Like, just, it's unbelievable. And it's like 5 came on the market and 11 went pending in the last week. It's just, and the county's almost like a 1-for-1 that it just, it's unbelievable. I don't know that we're getting that many offers on things as much as you guys are. But we might be more like 10 or 15 offers on a place. So it's crazy. In the last few offers your team has written, how many offers have there been? So we kind of talked about that. What's your sense of average kind of amount that homes are going above list price percentage wise?
I I knew you were going to ask me that, and I was looking. It is very hard to know because there have been so few closed.
Yeah, yeah,
I think we're gonna, and so I was looking at, the last quarter of 2019 versus the last quarter of 2020, and 2019 in Berkeley was 13%, 2020 was 14%. Where things start to change a little bit is in the markets that were traditionally not the as expensive markets, like El Cerrito market, which is a really nice, town and community.
yeah.
End of 2019, the percentage over the asking was 11%. End
Mm,
of 2020, it was 21%. So what we're seeing is sort of more of that area, those areas
yep,
have increased and since the last year, more
yep,
so than areas that are more stable, like some parts of Oakland,
yep.
um, and
Mm,
Berkeley. But I would say I would love to see, in 2 months, what the percentage was for January and February, because I'm thinking it must be like way over 20.
wow. Okay.
I mean, it must be, because with 25 offers, I think also the list prices are usually, this is kind of my guess. I don't have the data for this, but at the beginning of the year, as a listing agent, you tend to be more cautious because you don't know where the market's going to go.
Yeah.
Um, so within doubt, you tend to go a little less, a little price a little lower.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. I think as we get more adjusted into what is a reasonable list price,
Yeah.
is not one that generates 25 offers. It's one that generates maybe 10,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is great. 10 offers is great. Oh, I see I
Right.
have a lot of sun. The sun came
Hey,
out.
it's a sunny day.
Let
Um,
me
go for it. Um,
um,
who are the buyers these days? Like what's
where the
your
buy.
pro,
I think
pro
we still have
buy
sort of the
profile?
same. Sorry, a minute.
Yep.
Is this better? The sun
Yep.
just came out. Okay.
Yeah.
I think our buyers tend to be, people from San Francisco. We were actually talking a little bit about, are you seeing more people coming from the city? And since I can remember, people come to the
Yeah.
the East Bay from the city. So I
Yeah.
don't think that's a new phenomenon. I don't know that we're seeing more people
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it specifically where all of our buyers are coming from, but many first-time home buyers, as usual. Some people, buying their a little bit more expensive home, bigger homes, but mostly first-time buyers coming from the city.
Yeah. But what we've noticed is that they left the city probably in
Hmm.
like April of last year. got themselves into a rental down here and then have, then moved to the point of like, all right, let's go purchase. But the people who kind of left the city seem to have left it a while ago.
Oh, well, yeah.
What about the sellers? Who tends to be the people selling?
So I'm seeing a lot of, people retiring, but in early retirement, not so much. What we've always seen is like, okay, you're 80 plus or 90, you're going into a retirement community, or it's a trust sale, right? Like, and we still see that, but what I'm seeing more of is people in their mid 60s deciding to make the change sooner than they thought they were going to make it.
Yeah.
Many clients moving out of state. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think this is news to anybody. Boise, Idaho, or Ashland, Oregon, or even Nevada, right? So we're seeing a lot of that.
Yep.
Not very different from usual, from what we always saw, but I feel like some of those sellers would have sold later and are selling now, trying to figure out, well, it's time for us, to catch this market.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I've heard that various times that, it seems to have sped up the timeline for people to either buy or to sell. I've seen a lot of people who they didn't, they were born in the Midwest or the East Coast, and, they did their professional career here in California, and they're not reporting to their office anymore. So they're like, let's go back to where our parents are, maybe kids settled someplace else. And they're like, there's no point in us being here at this point. So they're the ones selling, but certainly they don't outpace the number of buyers who are anxious to buy in the area.
That's right.
So where do you see opportunities for buyers in your market?
I think El Cerrito is a very well-established community, and I wouldn't call opportunities. I think, our markets are so expensive, even within a 30-minute drive. There are areas of Richmond that I think are a little bit more unknown, where I hesitate to call them affordable, because what's affordable these days, but they are still very nice areas that are probably where people can get more square footage for the price.
Yeah.
And they're still with, close proximity to transportation, to BART even, and to, nice shopping areas, because you're maybe 15, 20 minutes away from a nice market, or 5 minutes away from a market. Those I think would be the opportunities, if you want to call it that way.
It's interesting. I was looking through the MLS, and in San Mateo, there were some places that had been sitting on the market for like 100 days. And it's like this one yesterday had like, was priced at, I think, 1.9 and sold above 2.2 and had like 15, 20 offers. And there's another one that was like at 2,425,000. I think they dropped the price to 2,285,000, and it's been on the market for 100 days, and it says, seller open to any offer. And it's like, it's so interesting that the buyers don't go for that. And really, I don't know, I've always thought that there's kind of this that your purchase is somehow better because you competed to get it, right? Like, you want to be in competition with a bunch of people as to buy the house that no one else wanted.
Right. I think the part of also this frenzy, I think, is driven by the fact that it used to be that you could see 10 houses on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And as an agent, you would see 10, 20 houses on broker's tours. So you could say to your buyers, look, the photos on this house don't look as good. It is not the pretty one that everybody's going to go for, but it has a lot of potential. We don't have the ability to say that anymore. We're not seeing the inventory the way we used to. So I think it's a lot harder for buyers, because based on the pictures, you're going to go like, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, totally.
And everybody's going to focus on the same ones.
Yeah.
Whereas before they had, before they could say, look, on Sunday, we went to see this other house, and actually, we could get it for less, and improve it through the years. And, so I think that makes it a lot harder for buyers, and obviously for agents, right?
Yeah, it's a great argument for why sellers should vacate their houses right now if they're on the market, right? Because I don't, if I don't, unless I have an absolute buyer for a house or need it for a comp, I don't want to go in that house if it's owner occupied. Whereas like getting agents in to see houses, like it can be,
Yeah.
so helpful for like, oh, that could work great for these people.
Right.
Yeah. Good
I
time
mean,
not to be
it's
in your house.
clearly harder to do our job because we are not able to see the inventory the way we used to,
Yeah, it's very
right?
true.
And just keep your feeling on what's
Yeah.
happening on the market, and open houses where people would come and give you comments, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I see what buyers are thinking. Now you don't know what, I mean, you know what your buyers are thinking, but it's much harder.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in relation to a specific listing.
Right.
Yeah. So you talked a little bit about it, but what's kind of your forecast for 2021?
I'm hopeful that we'll see more inventory. Oh my gosh, just the sun. Sorry, it's a
It
sunny,
loves
beautiful
you.
day. What can I do? I think we're going to see more inventory, and my hope is that the list prices will sort of catch up with the pendings and the more recent sales, and there won't be 20 offers, and we go to a sort of a little bit more sane market.
Yeah.
I think given the demand, I'm not seeing that prices will, go down anytime soon. I think we're in this at least until the summer. So the first 2 quarters of the year, I feel like they're going to be pretty similar to what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I every year I make a prediction and I'm always wrong. Every year I thought, well, maybe this year, we'll
Yeah.
see.
It's gonna fall
After
out.
12 years, we'll see it, and then we never see it. So I don't think I'm a good
Yeah. Yeah.
predictor.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun to kind of think about what the variables are out there and what could happen. I heard an economist speak the other day who he's like, buyers who are thinking of waiting until later in 2021 because it's going to be cheaper, it's probably not going to be. Like the rate at acceleration will probably slow, but he's like, I don't think it's going to be cheaper in say September, October than it is right now. So
No, and I always tell buyers, it's like you're buying a house for the long haul. And unless you're completely priced out of your market, in which case you probably need to look at a different market or change a little bit of your expectations. But
yep.
Buy when it makes sense to buy. And,
Right.
and if the time is now, the time is now. And the interest rates are so low that, just a point difference will make it, how quickly, even if the interest rates, if the prices were to go down, if the interest rates go up at the
Yeah.
same, it kind of evens itself out. And if you want a house, get a house sooner. So you
Right.
get to enjoy it sooner, right?
Exactly.
And now all buyers are saying like, yes, we're trying and we're not getting anything. Right. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I had more inventory.
Yeah, I know, right? Like every listing you have, you're like, but dang, I wish I had 9 of those. We can get them all sold right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's yes.
Well, it was so great talking to you. Again, this is Anna Bellomo of District Homes in Berkeley, California. Please reach out to her if you have needs over there, or reach out to me. I'm Val Vandervoort of Veritas Homes, and I can connect you with Anna. But thank you so much. I enjoyed talking to you as always.
Thank you. It was lovely. I can't wait to see you in person, Val. Thank you.
I know, me too. Hopefully soon. All right. Bye, Anna. Happy
Bye.
Friday, everyone.
You too.